Thank you, everybody, for joining us again here on Chamber Chat. We are very fortunate today to have Jennifer Freeman with us. She is with ZUltimate Self Defense in Ballard. Jennifer, thank you for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, if you would, for those who are not familiar with your business, can you kind of tell us how it got started?
Yeah, so I own a self-defense based martial arts studio in Ballard, and we teach a martial art called Kempo, which is a blend of karate, kung fu, and jujitsu. And I've actually been doing martial arts most of my life because my father was an instructor, and I found myself running my own studio in Colorado for about 6 years. And then I decided to move out here to Seattle and open up the first Seattle location in Ballard in 2010. So we've been going strong ever since then.
Very cool. And how do you spell the type of self defense you mentioned?
Kenpo, so Kenpo.
Kinpo. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, we were talking the other day about COVID and such. Can you share with our audience things that you've learned during COVID, things that you may have had to make changes, that kind of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. We've learned a lot during COVID, actually. Um, some of the biggest things I feel like we've developed or learned from it is that we are strong. We can overcome. We're actually very resilient, and we've been able to adapt. Whether it was going from virtual classes to outdoor classes or to indoor classes with the restrictions and the social distancing and the masks, and then we went from a hybrid of all of those because just based on our students' comfortability levels. Um, but aside from that, I think one of the biggest things that I really have taken from COVID is a sense of gratitude, because I don't feel like I ever truly grasped how much of a positive impact we have on our students. There would be times when students would tell me that martial arts class was the highlight of their week, and
Mm,
having something to look forward to that was positive for them and healthy helped them get through COVID and survive it, and if not survive, but persevere through COVID.
wow, that has to be gratifying to hear that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm very blessed to have what I have, and it to be what I do for a living, for sure.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things that the chamber fully understands and appreciates is that every business has its own unique value. So, what are some things about your business that you would say is kind of special about your business?
There's so many things that make us special, but some of them are, it's just, we teach martial arts, but it's not just about learning self-defense, or it's not just an activity. There's so many benefits to martial arts, and from stress relief, socialization, physical health, mental health. I think one of the biggest things that we do for people is we help them realize and become the best version of themselves, and then they go out into the community and they be that best person for their families or their friends. And I do truly believe that we make a positive impact in our communities because of that.
That's really cool. Thank you for doing that. So, you and we've spoken a couple times recently, and I've heard a little bit about your story, but for those who haven't and don't know Jennifer's story, what are some fun facts about you as a person?
So this is something that I don't talk about. This is going to be a first for me, but something that people don't know about me is that I had a extremely rough teenage years, and I, at the age of 16, found myself actually living in the streets. So from the age of 16 to 18, I lived on the streets and got involved with some bad things, and got involved with drugs and whatnot, and found myself in jail actually at the age of 18.
Mm,
And I spent 9 months in jail. I was really lucky it wasn't more. And at 19, was extremely lucky to have my mom there to support me. And right away, I found martial arts again. And I never looked back. I got into martial arts. I truly believe it actually saved me. I
mm,
developed the ability to teach other people martial arts and share. I know it probably sounds corny, but share the magic of what martial arts is to me, and make a career out of it. And I've been able to build a beautiful, a life. I have a wonderful husband and a beautiful baby boy. So yeah.
That is so awesome to hear. I mean, I know it's hard to share some of the things like that sometimes, but the courage to share it, the courage to live it, to overcome that, and just the story that you have, as a business person, as a wife and a mom, the way that you've persevered. There's so much of that that I'm sure your students benefit from, whether you're telling them your story or not. They're seeing how you personally have lived out the stuff that you're teaching them. So kudos
Yeah.
to you, and thanks for sharing
Thank
that.
you. Thank
So
you. Thank you for the opportunity.
absolutely. So for those who aren't familiar with the location of your business or website, social media, stuff like that, how do they find you?
So we're located in Ballard, in the Ballard blocks next to the Trader Joe's and the LA Fitness, right across from the new PCC. Um, and our email address, if anybody's interested in classes, they can email me at Ballard, BALLARD, at ZUltimate.com. Or they can call. Our phone number is 206-724-0177. And then we also have our website, which is ZUltimate.com.
Awesome. That's great. Jennifer, thank you again so much for joining us today. And thank you for what you're doing and the great value that you bring to the community. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Take care.